Good morning, everybody. Lee Brower here, and welcome to this week's edition of Meaningful Monday. I am grateful to be here, and I am glad to be here. You know, more than 1.5 million people every year in the United States undergo coronary bypass or angioplasty surgery. It's a total cost of over $60 billion. But as great as these operations are, very, very few people benefit from them in the long run. Why? Well, first of all, less than 10% of those that experience coronary bypass or angioplasty have changed their lives at the end of 2 years from that date. You know, and the surgeons and the doctors, knowing the grim statistics, they emphasize with their patients. They say, if you don't want to keep the pain from coming back, you don't want to have to repeat the surgery, you don't want to stop the course of your heart disease before it kills you, then you have to switch to a healthier lifestyle. And they say, stop smoking, stop drinking, stop overeating, and start exercising, and then do what you can to relieve stress. And they offer all kinds of suggestions. But think about it, less than 10% actually do anything about it. 2 years later, 90% have quit. They're back to their previous behavior. They call that recidivism. Recidivism is returning to your previous patterns or behavior. But don't we all do it? Raise your hand if you've ever set a goal. Keep that hand up if you've ever set a goal and you did not achieve it. Notice my hand? Raise your hand if you've ever set that same goal again and did not achieve it. Keep the hand up if you've set that same goal again and not achieved it. Doggone it. Isn't that the sad thing? You know, Harvard Business Study came out one time and said over almost 95% of all goals that are ever set are never achieved. Wow. There's got to be a better way, but that's another conversation. Let me just talk to you about change. How do you introduce change to your life? Well, one thing I know for sure, is that you will never change your life until you change your daily routines. You'll never change your life until you change your daily routines. W. Edwards Deming said that 85% of the result is determined in the first 15% of the process. Get the first 15% right and you're 85% of the way home. So what is the first 15% of changing your daily routine? You focus on the morning. If I have a bow and arrow and I want to hit a target, what do I have to do? I have to first pull the string back to get that velocity and added distance and accuracy to where I want it to go. I can't run into the day or run after animals without pulling the string back. And that early morning is pulling the string back. What is your routine, and have you set it up in such a way that you can do it day after day after day after day? I set up a routine, it's called PMED. And it was driven by the number 15 because it's 15 steps from my bed to my study. Now we've moved. My process got interrupted. So I went and looked 15 steps actually from my bathroom dressing room through the bedroom is right to the door to our patio. And I've now moved my PMED to the patio. It's a beautiful place to have prayer, meditation, and then begin your exercise, and of course eat. And I have to follow that order, by the way. If just because I eat well doesn't mean I'll exercise, and for some reason when I exercise it means that I eat better. So it's just getting it down to that small thing, that small one thing that you can do. And if you can focus in on that one thing, that secret of your success is found in your daily routine. Would you be willing, I challenge you to look at your morning routines. Are you intentional? Are you pulling that bow back so you can get direction and velocity and hit the target for the day? You have to go for it. You don't have to do anything. You get to develop something that will allow you to do that. So I challenge you to find your one thing. Change your daily routine and you'll change your life. I look forward to talking to you next week. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.